Hello children, welcome to Samveda e-learning class. Today we are going to learn 7th standard social science lesson 2, that is Our Karnataka part 4. Dear children, we have learned so many points about our Karnataka in previous classes. In today's class, we are going to learn mainly about Mysore division. Regarding Mysore division, we are going to learn the history, natural resources, small and big mountains, waterfalls, minerals, forests, wildlife, national parks of the Mysore division. Let us learn about all these one by one. Children, as you know all, for the administrative purpose, we have divided Karnataka into 4 divisions. Which are those you know? Very good. Bangalore division, Mysore division, Belagavi division and Kalburgi division. In the last 3 parts, we have learned about Bangalore division. In next 3 classes, we are going to learn about completely Mysore division. As you know all, Mysore is one of the most important administrative division. In this division, there are 8 districts. You can see all those 8 districts on your screen. Udupi, Chikkamangaluru, Dakshina Kannada, Hasan, Kodagu, Mysore, Mandya, Chamarajanagar. These are the 8 districts of Mysore division. Out of 8 districts, Mysore is the administrative center. This division has so many rich districts regarding rivers, mountain ranges, forests, wild animals, coffee plantations, coastal areas and ports. Dear children, one question comes to your mind. Why this area got the name called Mysore? You know why? Because this area so many years ago ruled by Rakshasa or demon called Mahisha. So it is called Mahisha Nadu. Mahisha was killed by the goddess Parvati. So in the form of Chamundeshwari. Because of this, this area got name called Mysuru. Now let us learn about history of Mysore division. So many years ago, it means in the 5th and 6th century, this Mysore division was ruled by the Ganga dynasty. See, this is ruled by the completely Ganga dynasty. Talakadu was the capital city of Ganga dynasty. After Ganga dynasty, the same areas, it means Mysore division was ruled by the Cholas. After Cholas, Hoysalas. After Hoysalas, Vijayanagara kings ruled Mysore division. After Vijayanagara kings, the same areas were captured and ruled by the great Mysore Wadayas. Mysore Wadayas captured those areas, ruled for so many centuries. Mysore Wadayas capital city was Mysuru. Eduraya was the first ruler of Wadayas dynasty. Chikkadevaraja Wadayar came to throne and ruled for so many years. He is a very important king because during his rule, lot of areas were captured and merged with the Mysore dynasty. He played very important role in the extension of Wadayas kingdom. It is the image of Chikkadevaraja Wadayar. After the death of Chikkadevaraja Wadayar, many kings came to throne, but they were very weak, so they could not control the administration. In this condition, Hyder Ali, who was a military general, took over the administration and ruled for so many years. After Hyder Ali's death, his son Tippu Sultan came to throne and he ruled for so many years. When Tippu Sultan was a ruler of Mysuru, he waged so many wars against Britishers. Among those, 3rd Anglo-Mysore War and 4th Anglo-Mysore War. In these wars, Tippu Sultan showed his courageousness against Britishers. with the help of French, he tried to dethrone the Britishers' rule from India. Finally, he couldn't win, but he played very important role to send Britishers out of India. Finally, in the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War, Tippu died in the battlefield. After death of Tippu Sultan, Britishers took control over all the Mysore areas, but they did not rule. They gave back, it means handed over the entire Mysore regions to Wadiya's family. But after some years, it means in 1831, giving a personal reason, Britishers took over entire administrations by the Wadiya's dynasty and they ruled till 1881. But after 1881, again Britishers handed over entire Mysore regions to the Wadiya's family. Like this, Wadiya's family again they got control over the Mysore areas. Children, can you see a image on your screen? Can you guess who is he? Very good. He is Krishnaraja Wadiyar IV or Nalvadi Krishnaraja Wadiyar. He played very important role in the development of the Mysore region. So, he is called father of modern Mysore. During his rule, there were lot of developments. Now, let us learn one by one. Mainly, he gave prominence, more importance to the education, culture and irrigation. Let us learn one by one about those. The hydroelectric projects at Shivanasamudra Falls started by Krishnaraja Wadiyar IV in 1902. Bangalore was the first city in India to get electric street lights in 1905 during his rule. Vani Vilasa Sagara at Chitradurga completed in 1907, the first dam in Karnataka state. Indian Institute of Science was established in Bangalore in 1909 by King. State Bank of Mysore, the present name SBI, was established by Nalvadi Krishnaraja Wadiyar IV in 1913. Kannada Sahitya Parishat was established in Bangalore in 1915. University of Mysore was established in 1916 by Krishnaraja Wadiyar IV. School of Engineering, the present UVCE, established in 1917 at Bangalore. Mysore State Railway between 1916 and 1918 opened 332 miles of railway to traffic. Government Science College was established in 1921 in Bangalore. Vishveshwaraya Iron and Steel Plant was established at Bhadravati in 1923. The present most important dam, that is KRS, it means Krishnaraja Sagara, was established by Nalvadi Krishnaraja Wadiyar in 1924. They pledged the king's gold for the construction of KRS dam. Mysore Medical College was established in 1924 by Krishnaraja Wadiyar IV. Also, Nimmons Hospital was constructed during the rule of the Mysuru Krishnaraja Wadiyar IV. The government of Mysore gifted 10 acres of land in Bangalore to Nobel Prize winner C.V. Raman for the creation of Research Institute, Raman Research Institute. Like this, so many development works took place during his rule. Mainly to assist him, there was a Diwan. He is Sir M. Vishveshwaraya. He was a Diwan of Nalvadi Krishnaraja Wadiyar. He played very important role to implement the ideas of king. After Vishveshwaraya, there was another famous Diwan. His name is Sir Mirza Ismail. He also played a very important role in the development of Mysore. Children, after independence, Mysore became a part of Indian government. It means after independence, the Mysore kingdom got integrated or merged with the Republic of India. Dear children, so far we discussed only about the Mysore division, correct? Before independence, other than Mysore, there were so many small dynasties who ruled different parts of Mysore division. Among those, the most important dynasty was Kodagu dynasty. You can see on your screen, this part was ruled by the Kodagu families. Now let's learn which are those families. The first most important dynasty was Haleri dynasty. They ruled Kodagu areas from 7th century. You know which was the capital city of Haleri dynasty? Very good. Bidanuru was the capital city of Haleri dynasty. Dodda Veerappa was the famous king of this Haleri dynasty. Chikka Veeraraja was the last ruler of this dynasty. After this, Britishers took over the control of these areas and started to administrate. But after 1947, it means after independence, Kodagu merged with the India. It means the present Kodagu was a separate state, but after 1947, this was merged with the present Karnataka. After Haleri dynasty, Keladi rulers ruled these Kodagu areas for so many years. In 1956, Kodagu was integrated with the Mysore state. Another famous dynasty was Tulunadu dynasty. You can see on your screen, this is Tulunadu dynasty area. The coastal area of Karnataka is called Tulunadu. You can see this is the coastal area. Alupa dynasty ruled over these areas for so many years. Mainly the present Udupi, Dakshina Kannada district were the part of Alupa dynasty. They ruled from 7th century to 14th century. Children, you know which were the capital city of Alupa dynasty? Very good. Udayavara, Banavasi, Huncha and Mangalapura were the capital city of Alupa's dynasty. After Alupas, so many Palagaras ruled from Tulunadu. Let's learn one by one which are those. After so many years, finally Britishers captured these areas. They called these coastal Karnataka as Kannada area. Mainly Britishers, after so many years, Britishers took control over these areas. It means in 1801, Britishers took control over these areas and named as Kannada region areas. Britishers divided these coastal areas into Uttara Kannada and Dakshina Kannada. You can see on your screen divided into two. This is Uttara Kannada, this is Dakshina Kannada. But after independence, Dakshina Kannada was divided and Udupi became a separate district. Now let's learn about natural resources. This division has different types of climate because in this division we can see coastal belt, mountain ranges and dense forests. So because of all these climatical conditions, this region has rain based hot climate. It means in some areas we could see heavy rain, in some areas very hot climate. Udupi and Dakshina Kannada districts of this division has coastal areas. The Mysore and Mandya districts of this division has dry climate. Udupi and Mandya districts of this region is famous for some features. Udupi district in this division receives highest rainfall, whereas Mandya district of this division receives lowest rainfall. Because of different climatical conditions, different types of crops can be grown in this division. Let's learn about those one by one. Ragi, paddy, green gram, horse gram, maize and other crops are grown in this region. Also some commercial crops grown in this region, for example coffee, sugarcane, tobacco, arcanut, cardamom, orange, cashew nuts and other commercial crops grown in this area for economical growth. Children, you know most interesting fact is, the children you know where the first coffee plants was cultivated? Very good. Chikkamangaluru district was the first area in India where they cultivated coffee plantation. These areas has very good climate condition to grow betel leaves. It means LA. Dear children, as it has different types of climate condition, we could see so many natural resources. In this region, we can see so many forests in different districts of the division. Mainly Kodagu, Dakshina Kannada, Mysuru and Chikkamangaluru districts has so many forest areas. In these forests, different types of trees can be grown. Mainly teak, sandalwood, honge, nandi, maiti and other trees can be grown in these areas. In this forest, we can see some minor forest producers. Dear children, as you know all, Western Ghats passes through this division. So we can see so many small and big mountains let's learn about some important small and big mountains. It is Subramanya Hill, Himavad Gopalaswamy Hill. See how beautiful it is. Malay Mahadeshwara Hill. There is a god called Malay Mahadeshwara. Because of this, hill is named as Malay Mahadeshwara. Biligiranga Hill. Mullayanagiri, it is the highest peak in Karnataka. Kemmannagundi, it is another famous hill of this division. It is a famous hill where you can see Chamundeshwari temple. Chandragiri, Vindhyagiri and Indragiri of Shravanabelagola are famous hills of this division. You know Gommateshwara Murti, this is in the Vindhyagiri hill. It is on the Vindhyagiri hill. Dear children, now let us learn about dense forest and vast biodiversities of this region. This Mysore division is very well known for its dense forest, it means very big forest. Also we can see so many vast biodiversities. You know what is the meaning of biodiversity? Yes, your answer is right, where you can see different types of lives. As this region has different types of and so many forests, we could see different types of animals in these forests. Example, tiger, leopard, wild dogs, deer, fox, bison, snakes and other wild animals are present in these forests.
We have a 3 World Heritage Sites, 320 kilometers coastline, 5 national parks. The state of Karnataka alone is home to 22% elephants, 18% tigers and 14% leopards in India. Karnataka tourism has a lot more to offer. All of that is ready to give the best experience of life, and I am sure you will fall in love with us. Come and try our Mysore Pak, Dharwad Peda, Belgaum Kunda and Mangalore Neer Dosa. Please come to Karnataka.
Bannur sheep of Mandya district is very famous in this region. Dear children, as this division has so many forests and hill stations, mainly Western Ghats passes through this division. So many rivers originates in this division, mainly Kaveri, which is most important river in Karnataka, Hemavati, Harangi, Netravati. The famous place Dharmasthala is on the bank of the river Netravati. Also another famous river is Kumaradhara. You know why Kumaradhara is famous? Kukke Subramanya temple on the banks of the river Kumaradhara. Vedavati, also one of the most important river in Karnataka. Next, Kapila, also most important river. Yagachi, one more river. Mainly 2 places, those are Beluru and Alabedu are located on the banks of the river Yagachi, and one more is Gangoli river. These are the some important rivers of this division. As you know all, as there are so many rivers, those rivers creates waterfalls. Let us learn some important waterfalls of this division. Gaganachukki, Bharachukki is most important waterfall of this division. Abbe Falls, see how beautiful it is. Irfu Falls, Hebbe Falls, these are the some important falls of this division. Now let us learn about minerals. This division has different types of minerals. For example, bauxites, felsite, chromite, limestone, manganese, granites are the major minerals found in this division. Mainly felsite. It is the only district in India where you can get felsite. Dear children, In this division, two districts, it means Udupi and Dakshina Kannada are very well known for fishing. Also, these districts have so many important ports. What is port? Port means where people can park ships. The children, you know what is the main occupation of these people? Very good. The main occupation of coastal people is fishing, because this fishing brings too much of income for those people. This fishing providing employments for the so many people. As this region has so many forests, it helps in the business also. Kodagu, Chikmagaluru and Mysore districts have become a centers for the timber trade. Now let us learn about the forests, wildlife and national parks. Dear children, this Mysore division has so many parks. Mainly Mysuru, Kodagu, Chikmagaluru and Hassan districts have dense, it means very big forest. Now let us learn some important forests. Bandipura forest, Nagarhavale forest, Male Mahadeshwara Betta forest, Pushpagiri forest. Like this, these are the important forests. In these forests, we can see different types of animals. Please, whenever you go to school trip, please visit these areas with lot of care. Dear children, in these forest areas, many tribal communities are living. Let us learn some important tribal communities. Jenukuruba, it is one of the most important tribal community. Also, it is the biggest tribal community in this region. They live in Mysuru and Chamarajnagara districts. One more famous tribal is Koraga tribal, which is in the Dakshina Kannada and Udupi regions. You can see on your screen, in this region we can see Korava tribal. This is the most backward tribe in Karnataka. One more important tribe is, that is Malekudiya. It is very famous in Dakshina Kannada and Kodagu districts of Karnataka. Other most important tribe is Soliga, which is in Chamarajnagara district. Apart from these tribal groups, we can see some other tribes. Hakkipikki, Halasa and Medara are the important tribes which are living in Karnataka in Mysore division. Variety of minor producers provide livelihood for so many tribals of this division. They lead their life using all those forest producers. Dear children, there are so many tigers in this division. So, to protect those tigers, tiger conservation projects have been implemented in these areas. You know all, tiger is our national animal. Second highest number of tigers in India found in Karnataka. It means Karnataka is one of the most important place for the tigers. Out of 5, 3 tiger conservation projects have been implemented in this Mysore division. You know which are those 3 tiger conservation areas? Very good. Bandipur Tiger Conservation Forest, Nagarhavale or Nagarhavale Huli Samrakshane Pradesha, Bhadra, other most important tiger conservation area. With tigers, also it is important to protect the elephants. So many elephant protection projects have been implemented. Children, you know, elephants are killed for their tusks and also tigers are killed for their skin. Dear children, killing animals is illegal. So, please protect the animals. Elephant and tiger protection projects are implemented to protect them from poaching. Now, let us learn about the wildlife and bird sanctuaries. Dear children, Mysore division has so many forest areas, we can see so many wildlife and bird sanctuaries. Among those, Now let's learn some important bird sanctuaries. Ranganatittu Bird Sanctuary, Gudavi Bird Sanctuary, Kokkarebelluru Bird Sanctuary, Melukote Wildlife Sanctuary, Male Mahadeshwara Wildlife Sanctuary, Kaveri Wildlife Sanctuary, Pushpagiri Wildlife Sanctuary. These are the important wildlife sanctuary. Now there are some important national parks in this division. Let's learn one by one about those. Rajiv Gandhi Nagarhole National Park, which is in Mysore district. It is very famous for the different types of animals. Bandipur National Park is in Chamarajanagar district of this division. Dear children, nowadays elephants are coming towards the cities. You know why? Because they are not getting food. Also, sometimes elephants are going to the farmers' fields and eating those. That creates lot of problem for the people. In this condition, to tame the elephants, there is a technique called Khedda operation. Through this operation, they are taming the elephants.
ಚೆಲುವ ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡು ಸಿರಿ ಸೊಗಸಿನ ಹಾಡು, ಚೆಲುವ ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡು ಸಿರಿ ಸೊಗಸಿನ ಹಾಡು, ಹಲವು ಬಣ್ಣಗಳ ಜಾಡು ಶಿಲ್ಪಕಲೆಗಳ ಬೀಡು, ಹಲವು ಬಣ್ಣಗಳ ಜಾಡು ಶಿಲ್ಪಕಲೆಗಳ ಬೀಡು, ಚೆಲುವ ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡು ಸಿರಿ ಸೊಗಸಿನ ಹಾಡು. ಚರಿತೆಯ ಮೆರಗು, ದುರ್ಗ ಕೋಟೆಯ ಬೆರಗು, ಹಸಿರು ಘಟ್ಟಗಳ ಸೊಬಗು, ಜೋಗಧಾರೆಯ ಬೆಡಗು, ಶೃಂಗೇರಿ ಶಾರದಾಂಬೆ ಕೊಲ್ಲೂರ ಮುಕಾಂಬೆ ಬೇಲೂರು ಹಳೆಬೀಡು ಚಿತ್ತಾರ ಬಲೆಯೊಳಗೆ, ಚೆಲುವ ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡು ಸಿರಿ ಸೊಗಸಿನ ಹಾಡು.
Dear children, so far we have learnt so many important points about Mysore division. It is time to give the homework. Please write down the homework which are displayed on your screen and answer for those. Thank you everyone.